Okay, guys, it's time for Juiced. You're going to get pranked by the number one juicer. I'm just kidding. We're going to watch this horror film. Speaking of juice, we're going to check this out. It's a horror recap. Hopefully, they enjoy it. Horror recap. Poor man can't afford meat, but his family eats meat every day. I wonder what the meat is. Is it human? It's probably human. Let's find out. I've
With
had
an
human
eerie
ones.
view
It
of
was
a
pretty
town's
good.
beautiful scenery accentuated by the falling rain. The camera then falls on a secluded house, its
Yeah,
white building
that is-
making it seem very hospital-like. Inside the house, a woman is staring outside the screen door, then grabs her car keys and heads outside.
It's very hospice-like. Uh-oh. What's going on? Theater mode. Horror reacts. Horror recaps. Thank you. Thank you for this video. We'll check it out.
Going over to the local butchery, she hands the
hungry.
clerk a brown paper bag and he asks her if she is okay, as she seems
Is that
disturbed
human?
by something. Grabbing her groceries, the woman begins to head to her car, stopping to see a missing persons flyer of a woman. Suddenly, the woman begins to bleed from her mouth until she starts choking.
Is that why it
and
tastes so good? The missing woman's inside the bag?
falls, hitting her head on a steel pole and drowning in a water-filled ditch.
Well,
Back at the White House,
she's
sisters Rose and Iris are handing their younger brother Rory a glass of milk, telling him that they can't give him anything to eat
Got milk.
as it is their fasting period. Suddenly,
Fasting. Okay, well, they're fasting. Suddenly something's going to happen. Let's see.
the two girls see a police car arriving at their property
Oh, their mom's dead. Did you save the meat? Because we're hungry.
and rush out to where their father is speaking to the officer. After a brief
They're gonna
interaction, their father, Frank, gets the devastating news that his wife is dead and is helped back to the house by his daughters.
Well, he's looking crazy. Look at that Tonka truck. That's pretty sick, though.
Engulfed by grief, Frank sends his two daughters to see Dr. Bauer to identify their mother's body, and the doctor
Do you recognize your daughter?
tells them he only needs
guess
one of
that's your
them to
mom.
do it. Iris, as the older sister, takes the lead and follows him to a different room. During the
Is
autopsy,
he gonna? Is he gonna show her something? Okay, that was wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Not
Dr.
funny.
Bauer discovers that their mother had an early sighting of Parkinson's disease. After they return home,
Parkinson's. Okay, what's going on? So she was gonna have something. Anyways, oh, okay. So that's probably how she died. Parkinson's.
Rose asks her father about their
Why
sacred
is this
ritual,
heater on,
and he
bro?
informs her that they would continue without interruption. Looking at Iris, he tells them that it is her responsibility as the oldest daughter.
I think he wants to take her mom's spot.
As was their tradition. In a flashback, we see Frank driving down the empty road when he sees a young woman whose car has broken down and abducts her. The following day, in the town's police station, two concerned parents are sitting in front of the sheriff.
So did the mom help this, or yeah, I'm not quite sure. Or did the dad go crazy after the mom died? I'm not sure. Are you helping my daughter?
And worriedly telling him that they haven't heard from their daughter who hadn't come home the previous night.
Your
Mentioning
daughter's
the
dead,
storm,
bro.
Sheriff Meeks tries to explain to them that it was fairly normal for a person to not
Yeah, it's fine. Daughters don't come home all the time, especially when they're with me. I'm just kidding. That was inappropriate, guys. I'm sorry.
be able to make contact due to the lack of phone service, but decides to issue a missing persons report and flyers to make the
Wow,
parents
that's pretty
feel
nice.
better. Out in the town, Dr. Bauer is on a walk with his dog and is surprised when his pet finds a bone down by the creek. Returning home, the doctor
Is it
calls
human?
the sheriff and leaves him a message, informing him that he has found something strange and asking him to call him back as soon as possible.
Well, he's a doctor. He knows that's human bone. I don't know. I can't tell human bones.
Back at Parker's residence, Frank is speaking
Maybe
to
a
their next door
skull.
neighbor, Marge, and thanks her for
The Simpsons.
helping him when he broke down the previous night. Handing her an ornament, he tells her it was a little gesture of gratitude. He then asks her to watch over his young son while he and his daughters go to his wife's funeral.
Yeah, he found that on the daughter. He's giving dead people's stuff away. Did the wife help in these killings and abductions,
He
or
doesn't
does he
want
want
him
to?
to see what is happening.
Does he want a replacement, like a replacement, like wife? Is that why he abducted the girl, or is he going to eat him? I think based on the title of having meat every day, that somebody's going to get eaten.
In the back of the house, Rose and Iris are having a conversation about
Oh, she's going to find stuff.
the upcoming ritual. Iris attempts to calm
What ritual? You don't have a ritual. Is that? Oh, are they? This is some weird cult that they're in, huh?
Rose down by telling her it is her responsibility
Look at these daughters. They look like they're from like Children of the Corn.
now. When Rose suggests they refuse to do what their father was asking of them,
Ask
Iris
him.
explains
What is he asking you to do? Kill humans or some weird incest thing? I'm confused. Let's
that
find
she
out.
wants to get it over with, so they have a whole year to plan something.
Yes.
In the back of the house,
Get it
Rory
over
is
with.
playing around the shed.
Oh,
and
he's gonna find the lady. The sacrifice.
begins to hear something coming from inside. Slowly walking inside,
Don't do
he
it.
opens the door his father had warned him never to go through,
Never
and is
open
startled
it.
when he hears
There's a girl in there.
a woman crying behind a locked door, reaching out to him for help. Startled, he
Run.
runs outside and runs into his father, who yells at him.
Yeah, don't ever go into the butcher shed, bro.
Telling him that he was not allowed there. Calming his son down, Frank carries Rory and takes him out of the shed.
Yes.
After attending the
There
funeral,
was no
the
shed.
family returned.
I don't know. This kid looks like a weak link. He's gonna tell. He looks weak.
Home, and Frank shakily gets out of the car, giving Iris an old journal wrapped in a white.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Iris. Come on. Do it. Read it. It's just so amazing. I'm just kidding. Let's go.
Cloth. That night, Rose is braiding Iris's hair. While
What
she
is
reads
Rose
the
gonna
old
say?
journal. Suddenly, a knock is heard on the front door,
what's
and
going
Iris
on?
goes to answer it, surprised to see Deputy Anders. After saying his
Anders? Oh, Anders. He looks like he's 12, bro. Like, don't be hitting up these incestual, like, weird girls, bro.
condolences, Anders shows her a picture of a missing
Aw, look how beautiful she is, bro.
person they knew from school, and asks her if she
I remember.
has seen her around, mentioning that she hasn't seen the girl.
I haven't seen anybody, especially not in that shed in the back.
Iris tells him to check with the people living in the trailer park up the street. Just
yeah.
before leaving, Anders awkwardly asks Iris out on a date.
Yeah, that's perfect. Hey, have you seen this missing girl that's probably dead? You want to go on a date after this?
But she refuses, telling him to ask her on a different day.
Yeah, maybe when her mom's not died, or... Yeah.
Up in her room, Rose continues to read the old journal talking about the family who first arrived at the land, written from the perspective of the daughter.
Yeah, the daughter's gonna tell her about some psychopathic stuff.
During a heavy winter, they are unable to find any food, forcing her father and uncle to go looking for something.
Then they found food. Actually, I think I've heard the story about this, where like they meet a demon and then they have to sacrifice their first child for prosperity.
Hunt. Days later, her father returned with fresh meat and told his family
it's pretty good meat. But I think I already know what's going on.
His brother had continued to find more food, but she knew it was
the brother. Hey, bro. Yeah, I think there's some food over there, Rich.
a lie, knowing that what they were consuming was his flesh.
Yep.
After her conversation with Anders, Iris goes to speak to her father about stopping their
well, they got to stop the
traditional practices,
asking
him to let them be normal. Telling her that it was God's will, Frank urges his daughter to...
Yeah, we got to be normal. Don't eat people, bro. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be... So they have to do it once a year. I think they have to sacrifice to whatever God let them
be strong, telling her only a day was left until the ritual. Meanwhile, Dr. Bauer heads over to Sheriff Meek's house and shows him the bone, telling him that
what kind of bone is it?
Human.
It's a finger bone?
The man was being paranoid because his daughter had recently vanished.
Yep.
Meek tells
his daughter vanished, so it's probably them. Yes. You shouldn't do it in your own town. Maybe if you're going to kidnap people, go to like 10 towns over.
Bauer to stop overthinking, urging him to take a vacation.
Is that
unwilling to let it
Charlton
go,
Heston?
Bauer contacts Anders the following day and shows him what he has found.
Don't do it, Anders.
Feels like
why does Anders look like he's in high school? He looks like he's older than in high school, but he looks like he should be playing like a high school quarterback.
The old man is grabbing at straws.
I wonder what he talked like. Tugging at straws.
That Bauer is agitated and offers to come over to his house so he can show him where he found the bone. Back at the
gonna find more
residence,
bones.
Iris and Rose
What are they doing? This looks suspicious.
Are worried about their younger brother and rush to their neighbor Marge to ask for help. After she comes over to check on him, she informs them that the boy simply has a small fever and should be all right.
He has a staph infection. When did the kid get sick? I'm so confused by these recaps. I never know what's going on.
While Frank is walking her out.
Oh, none of this devil
Marge
medication.
Suggests they take the child to the hospital, but Frank brushes off the idea, telling her they didn't have the money and that the boy...
Look at his nose. Was he doing like some other... Was he partying in the back?
Boy should be fine. As soon as he closes the door, Frank collapses on the chair beside him.
That kid's not surviving. This guy's not surviving. Everybody's gone. Maybe they have to eat people to survive and be healthy.
And tells Iris that it's time. The scene changes, and we are taken to centuries back as the girl
They're
from
like
the jar
zombies.
narrates the story of the beginning of their strange ritual after their father had
Yeah, I'm telling you, they made a deal with the demon that they have to eat their firstborn. Or I remember this where the firstborn has to or they have to give up one of their childs so they can have prosperity.
provided them with their first batch of meat. He started to go insane, hiding out in the caves and coding scripture. Once their mother dies, their father reveals that he has been feeding them human flesh.
Yes.
And
Was it
entrusts
good?
their survival to his oldest daughter, having her carve up their
Do they have to carve up their dad or their mom?
mother so they can eat her.
That's
After
good.
the reports are received by Bauer, Anders, and other police officers.
So this is normal. They just eat flesh. Why didn't they just move somewhere? Technology's changed. You don't need to eat flesh anymore, bro. You guys have cars and stuff in a grocery store and police.
Head down to the overflowing creek and are shocked to find the dead body of the recently missing girl. The police
Why didn't they eat the meat?
Back in the Parker household, Iris takes Rose down to the basement to perform the planned ritual. Opening the locked door, they find the girl their father had kidnapped in chains and pull her out.
Are they going to save her? Save her.
Reluctant to do it, Iris takes charge and bashes the girl's head in. Once the woman is dead, Iris and Rose clean up the woman.
Well, I guess the deputy's not going to go on a date with her.
And begin to delicately carve her up as per the instructions in the book. After they had completed the task,
this is perfect.
Shaken by what they had to do, traumatized by
now they have to have a sexy shower together. Hey, let's light some candles.
Tradition forced upon them. The two sisters decide that they would never perform the ritual again, even if their father forced it upon them.
Well, just
After
go.
Cooking the woman they had carved up into a stew
Get out of there
and served it up as dinner for the family. Remember,
is that going to be good? Looks pretty good. I'd probably eat it. Put some cheddar cheese on there.
What they had done to the woman, Rose has a hard time eating the food.
Just eat
Frank
it.
Forces her. The
If
following
you waste
morning,
if
Rose
you waste that girl,
wakes
then
Iris up from sleep and shows her Anders searching up and down the creek.
Anders, get rid of him, dude. Just eat Anders. He looks like a douche.
Hoping to distract him from his search and seeing his wet
he's
shoes.
gonna put out. Take
Iris calls him into the house.
Get him third base. She's gonna take him to third base.
To give him her father's spare sock. When she asks him what he is searching for, he explains that the
Anders, get it with the crazy girl. Get it with the crazy girl.
Blood has swept some bones down the street, telling her that the doctor thinks it might be human. The announcements.
Wait, didn't they find the body? How is that human?
Scares Iris, fearing that their secret might be discovered, and tells Anders that there was an old cemetery down the road, mentioning that the bones might be from their old relatives.
There was an old cemetery down the road. It could be their relatives. Or their cannibal farm.
More small bones and tissue, Dr. Bauer launches into more research and realizes that he has diagnosed Iris's mother wrong, finding out that she had Kuru disease, which came about from cannibalism.
Kuru disease. Oh, she had cannibalism. So they got, I don't know what Kuru disease is, but there is some kind of disease you can get from cannibalism.
Out in the woods,
or it makes you stronger.
Confesses his feelings for Iris, and the two begin to.
Yeah, get it.
Kiss passionately. The two fall on the ground and begin making love.
Yeah.
When suddenly Frank appears out of nowhere and bashes Anders's.
Oh, Anders, you're dead.
Head with a shovel, ordering his daughter to return home. Frank buries Anders's body and burns his.
Why didn't he eat it? They're wasting a lot of bodies here, bro. If you're gonna kill Anders, you might as well eat it.
Clothes. Iris is devastated about what happened.
Oh,
and she cries in her sister's arms.
She was gonna get some. He wasn't a cannibal.
He consoles her. Angered by his daughters, Frank goes outside and begins to yell out script.
Yeah, this guy's going crazy, bro.
While hacking at a fallen tree when he notices human bones floating inside the creek. Frank attempts to save as many of them as he can, but realizes it is too many to collect. Realizing there is something very strange with the Parker family, Bauer goes to the station to
Bauer, don't do it. Anders is gone.
Since he is unable to reach him through his phone, and is disappointed when the secretary tells him the deputy hasn't been in yet. After asking for
what is this, The Office? Hey!
Meek and finding out he was out on a call, Bauer goes into the sheriff's office by saying he had forgotten something inside and stole the officer's gun from the drawer, leaving his dog with the secretary.
Smart. Leave the dog. I hope the secretary takes care of it. This old guy's dead. I don't see how this old guy's getting out of it. I don't know how the daughters are getting out of it. Are they going to just continue this? There has to be incest involved. This has to be a terrible, he didn't want his daughter having a kid with that guy because he's going to, And he needs to continue this bone tradition.
Bauer heads out into town searching for Anders among the festival goers.
Mm,
Meanwhile,
there's a
in the
festival.
Parker residence, Frank dresses up in his suit and has a long prayer. He then goes over to his children's room and
Are they gonna eat? Oh, that suit's pretty cool. Like he looks like Kentucky Fried
informs
Chicken
them
guy.
that dinner is ready. While pouring the stew into a bowl,
ready.
Frank hears Anders' phone and sees the message sent by Bauer and
There's Bauer. Heading there now. Meet you there if you
informing the
can.
deputy of his suspicions of the Parkers and that he was on his way to their residence.
You just gave him the warning. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Realizing that their secret is soon going to be discovered, Frank adds arsenic to the stew, planning to end himself and his entire family.
Oh, no.
While bringing
just end it. This is
the bread to the table, Rose notices the jar of poison and realizes what their father is planning for them. After
is she gonna let the father eat the arsenic? Let the father eat the arsenic.
their prayer, Rory tries to put a spoonful of the stew in his mouth, but Rose slaps the food away from him. Before her father could say anything, they heard someone knock at the front door and realized the doctor had arrived for a visit.
It's been too late.
When Bauer tells Frank that his situation is a bit sensitive, Frank has his children go up to their rooms. Once they're
is that guy gonna eat his arsenic? He's gonna eat the arsenic. Eat it. Eat it.
alone, Bauer explains that Frank's wife suffered from a disease that comes from eating human flesh and raises his gun at him when he attempts to get up from his seat. Bauer then continues to confront Frank.
Is he gonna eat the stew while he's he's gonna eat the stew while he's like killing it? They're both gonna kill each other and the daughters are gonna run away.
Frank, telling him that he has noticed Iris wearing the same hair ornament as his daughter. Realizing that he needs to quickly get things under control, Frank attempts to shoot Bauer.
Oh, everybody's dying.
But hurts Iris instead when she tries to save the older man's life. While Bauer attempts to help Iris, Frank sneaks up on him and hits him over the head.
Yeah, eat him all. Does the cannibalism like give him like healing properties? Why are they eating it? Why was the kid sick and then he's fine now? I don't understand it.
When they hear gunshots, Rose takes her younger brother and rushes over to Marge's house. Soon after, Frank arrives at the house, attacking Marge.
Now it's like a horror film, like Marge, I'm here for you, bro.
And murdering her
Well, I
before
guess this
convincing
is a
his
horror
children to
react.
return to the house. He then serves them the food.
Let's have the arsenic. Arsenic. Are they all gonna die? I hope something good comes out of this. It doesn't look like it.
And tries to get his children to eat it. But before he could make them, Rose and Iris attacked him and
feed him to the stew.
Began to rip him apart with their teeth, eating him alive.
I don't even think we have the bite force for that. This is how you survive. You eat.
After they had murdered their father, the two girls grabbed.
Is that jelly soup on their? Like, what's going on? They ate their father. They just straight up ate their father. That makes no sense,
their
bro.
Younger brother and fled the town, hoping to start a new life away from.
They're definitely starting a new life somewhere better. I wish the best for Rose. I feel bad for Anders or whatever dude ends up with that crazy girl because that's not happening. Well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a fan. Make sure you smash the like button and comment. Tell me what I should maybe do next. Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys.